Welcome inside the High School Huddle. We get set for the 2025 high school football season. Today, we talk about the Del City Eagles in Class 5A football. But first, let's hear from our good friends at Red River Roofing.
Nothing revitalizes your home faster than new siding. Transform your house into your dream home with Red River Roofing siding and windows. Call today for a free inspection.
The Del City Eagles made it to the state semifinals last year, ran into the juggernaut in the Carl Albert Titans. I know Del City was really wish they were on the other side of the bracket because many thought they were the second best team in 5A. Districts line up different ways, and so it was a semifinal match a year ago. Coach Jones and Eagles dropped 2 games last year and near the top for one of the favorites in Class 5A here this season.
Yeah, I mean, Del City's, Coach Jones done a very good job at Del City, and they just have athletes every year just all over the field. And no different this year. They're going to have phenomenal athletes. I think they may have the best player in 5A on their football team when you consider what he does on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Holmes, Ricklin Holmes, and he is all man. The kid is just flat out a football player. Big fan of his, like what Jones does. Del City's been there last 3 or 4 years, right in the thick of it. I think they're going to have a big year.
Ronnie, they'll have a new quarterback again, although a familiar face from a year ago.
Yeah, well, again, with the offense that Del City runs, he should fit in right with them. I'm hearing he has elite speed. He's a pretty fast kid.
Big kid.
So he probably won't miss a step there with that Del City offense. And again, I know they're a little upset that they're on Carl Albert's side of the bracket, but you can blame the coaches for that. They make those decisions, I believe, in the beginning of the years. So, but Del City, they're going to be good again this year. Phil really going to like them this year as well, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to look at their season opponents here in a second, as well as what we think they might end up at the end of the regular season. But Del City have had the benefit of some move-ins over the years, but they had the quarterback who got hurt a year ago, now has transferred to Norman High. So they do have one leave the program, but the Black Wolf kid who started off at El Reno, now at Del City a couple years, but he's a great talented as well.
Yeah. He's a great talent. You can also, there's a lot of things to consider. If I'm looking at a kid that's going to be a sophomore that's 6'3", 180 with elite speed, that is an athlete, that might have played in his decision to go somewhere else as well. So, there's a lot of factors in that.
Even without the transfers, Del City for decades upon decades have been so athletic every single year. To add transfers into what they already have is a great compliment for Del City. Yeah. So with that, let's dive into the season schedule and what we think might happen there. There you see the Del City Eagles, and I got to tell you guys, the middle of the schedule is very blah, very blah. But you begin with Ed Memorial, Booker T, and your rival Midwest City, and then you end the year with Claremore and Pryor. Of course, you got to start district play with Collinsville, who's had a great run over the years as well. So a very fun schedule.
Fun schedule. You're right, Chris. The bookends, right? The first 2 games, the last 2 games, those are the ones that are going to be the most challenging for Del City. I just think, and of course, the big ones, week 2, in my opinion, Booker T, loaded with athletes. We'll be previewing them in another here in a little bit. But I just think when it comes down to it, I think Del City. This is a year that I think Del City has a legitimate chance to knock Carl Albert off the top of the mountain and become 5A state champions. Very, very talented football team.
Yeah, Del City definitely has the ability to do that. Now we'll see if anybody can do it with Carl Albert, and it's going to be proven until
that's right.
Until we see it. Yeah. But Del City has the tools to do that.
Yep.
But again, it starts off. They'll be tested. They'll test it all year for another deep playoff run.
Yeah, they'll be tested, no question. Like we said, those 4 games stand out. First 2, last 2, Claremore and Pryor specifically, I think is going to be a really, really good football team. Booker T specifically, Edmond Memorial could. Edmond Memorial made it to the semis, I believe, last year in 6A. Of course, a big part of that was their quarterback that's now at Kansas University.
David McComb.
Yeah, David McComb. So we don't know what they're going to have as far as how they're going to respond to that, losing that elite athlete, that elite quarterback. But I think Del City's just right up there, 1A with Carl Albert in 5A.
You got Del City going 10-0.
10-0.
You have Stillwater, or you have Carl Albert going 9-1.
Yep.
Right? Of course, regular season is all about playoff positioning anyway.
Yeah.
But it'd be a great game if Stillwater and Dale City played as well.
Well, and listen, we've talked about this. I've got Carl Albert going 9-1. They could end up 10-0 very easily. I've got Dale City going 10-0. They could end up 9-1, 8-2. Also, I just think that with usually tight games, whoever has the best athletes usually wins those games. All things else being equal. Of course, you got to protect the ball. You got to stay healthy. All the variables that none of us know in August. But I think if all those things align, I think Dale City has a tremendous chance at hoisting a gold ball in December.
Execution also a big factor in that as well. I like Memorial. Memorial is a good ball club. They won't be probably as good as they were a year ago. Booker T, maybe even better than they were a year ago. Pryor's will be better this year. I think Claremore's will be better. They took it to Collinsville last year. I know Collinsville was with injuries a year ago, so they'll have to go and challenge them. But I think I'm going to go 8-2. It's a little kind of give me a leadway. I don't know who they would lose to, but to go 10-0 is hard to do. But I can see if everything goes right and the young sophomore quarterback comes in as he has, Rickland Holmes is going to set the table for him. But I can see 10-0 as well.
I mean, Rickland's, guys, can we all agree he's, if not the best, he's the top 5 guy in 5A football?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is he's just a football player. I mean, the guy's fun to watch.
I got him 8-2 as well. Phil talked about that normally the best athletic team does win, which I would agree with, but I think when it comes to Booker T, I think Booker T may have a slight edge in athletes because personally we got to see them last year. We didn't get to see Dale City up close. We did see Booker T up close last year, and they had athletes.
They did
everywhere.
2 Division I defensive linemen.
They got a great line, so that's what's playing my factor for me giving Booker T the edge on that one. And again, I don't think people realize how good of a team Pryor could be this year. Pryor could be a pretty good sleeper over there on the other part of the state.
It'll be fun to watch it all unfold here this season. Be sure to catch the High School Huddle. It's a live show every Wednesday night throughout the entire football season on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/High School Huddle. We're also on Twitter and Facebook as well. So be sure to check us out. It will be a fun season here. Best of luck to the Dale City Eagles, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday night on the High School Huddle.